everyone, it's Bob McCraney with This Month in Realty, and today I'm super happy to have back Heather Witte with EXP Realty. Heather serves the Austin and Georgetown sections of Texas. Heather, tell us about the market in Austin and Georgetown.
Well, George, super excited to be back with you today. Of course, I have a presentation to share. I mean, what would it be if I didn't have a presentation, right? You're not going to say anything to that?
No, I'm going to let you keep going. I think I've learned not to
certain I'd get a snarky remark.
I've learned not to interrupt my guests.
Okay. Well, so as you said, I'm in the Austin area, and the Austin MSA is basically, if this will work, there we go, the Travis, Williamson, Bastrop, Caldwell, and Burnett counties. Okay, and so if you look at year over year, I know people are going, their heads keep exploding when I show this to them, that we actually, our median price has gone up.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going up. We're still seeing appreciation. So people are like, I don't understand that because I see prices going down. Yeah, that's two different things. Okay, so it's still a very good market. It's still a solid market. Active listings are up, but I'll show you a little, a graph. It's not scary. We still only have 3.1 months of inventory. A normal market, a leveled market, a completely reasonable market is, between 4 and 6 months of inventory. We're still at 3.1. Yeah, that's up from last year, but we didn't have anything last year. So anything's going to be more than last year. Closed sales are down, and a lot of it has to do with, the interest rates that are happening right now. And it is taking longer to sell a home. But again, if you look at how things were pre-pandemic, this is nothing crazy. This is perfectly acceptable, normal, sustainable. We're all happy about this, unless you've only been an agent for a year and then they're freaking out. So with that being said, we've got the growth trend for closed in sales and median price. And as you can see, the trend is definitely on a downward turn. Now, that has nothing to do with our appreciation. You can basically shift the scales far left and we're still going to see some appreciation because we're not in a recession at this point. Okay, so things are still going okay, even though things are on a downward trend. So you still have an opportunity, if you want to sell, to take advantage of the equity you've built up in your home. Here you can see our median price over 500,000. That's not shabby, No. That's good. Closed sales are down. We've got active listings up. Year over year, that's a big jump, but by next year, that gap's going to be really small and it's going to be back to normal, and people are going to be like, oh, okay, that's all right. So as you can see here, though, the active listings, they're quite high for right now. We normally see higher, listings this time of year anyway. It's just quite a bit higher because of the interest rates causing some panic out there with buyers. So that's pretty much what's going on in the market right now for the Austin area.
Okay, good information. Yes, I love that you always have a graph.
I always have a graph, yeah.
Okay, so with the market changing right now, what things should sellers be looking out specifically for?
That's a really great question, and I'm having a lot of people contact me. I built my business on expired and withdrawn listings after the mortgage crisis way back when. Okay, and so there are specific things in this type of market that newer agents are really not going to have any experience with. Why? Because they could literally just wave their hands in the air and say, I've got a listing, and people are going to make ridiculous offers a year and a half ago, right? So in this market, they're kind of going, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. So that being said, one of the biggest things that I'm telling people that they need to look out for is they need to look for that agent who has experience in this type of market. Right. There are a ton of agents out there who are just the typical real estate agent or brand new agents who have never experienced this type of market before. Right. You must have an agent, if you are going to sell your home for top dollar in this type of market, who is going to market your home. They absolutely have to have a plan in place to get your home exposed to the buyers who are out there actually looking to buy a house, because the buyers have kind of, taken a big inhale and they're standing on the sidelines. If something amazing comes at them, they'll be like, yep, that's my house, I'm going. But if no one's presenting anything to them, if you're just sticking it in the MLS, putting a sign in the yard and then sitting on your hands, waiting, which is what a lot of agents have been doing the past year and a half, no one's going to see your house. So
Yeah.
you've got to, interview your agents. You're looking for that top 1%, which by the way, I am. So you can just call me. All right. This is a really exciting, and I say exciting because we saw so many people get into this industry who really shouldn't be a fiduciary for anybody. Brokers who made a sale in the past month plunged by 52% in Austin. That's a huge, huge dive in productivity.
Yeah.
Right. So these are all
Which
the people.
shows that those who have been doing exactly proving your point. Those who've only been in the industry like 5 minutes have never been through a cycle like we're going through. Those of us who've been in since the cycle in 2008, 2009, which was a huge clean out of the industry, we've lived through that.
Sure was. Yeah.
I got in 2003, which was not a good year to get in anyway. But yeah, so to your point, yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, this type of stuff, you can't, everybody knows a realtor. Everybody knows one. You can have your brother's best friend's cousins, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody's a flipping realtor, it seems. And a lot of people are doing it as a side gig, right? You want someone who is full-time in this industry. I train new agents, and I've been talking to people who have been in the industry for decades. And guess what? Because they're out on their own, they're not paying attention. I don't know what the story is, but they didn't know that we just had a complete revamp of some of our forms, our contract forms, just in July. No idea. They're using the old forms when they're making offers. I'm like, guys, that's not a contract. You can't use an outdated form. So you've got to do some research. Ask your agent, how long have you been in the business?
Right.
Are you full-time? How many deals have you done? How many listings? What's your marketing plan? Right? How are you going to expose my property to the most potential buyers out there? Exactly. And then have them show you proof. They should be able to show you proof that here's what I do. Here's on my last listing. Here's how many people were reached. Here's what we did. Right?
Right.
So, you've got to be a little more, people looking to sell in this type of market, unless they really just don't care how much money they make, really need to do some research on who they're going to be working with. Okay.
So second question would be, a lot of buyers right now are kind of fearful of the interest rates.
Oh yeah.
Is it a realistic fear, and is now even a good time to buy?
Well, I'm never going to say it's not a realistic fear, but what I can tell you is interest rates change. Okay. So here's just 2022, right? So from the beginning of the year till now, it's doubled. The interest rate is more than, it's almost doubled, right? So that's not happened, I don't think, ever within a year, where you've seen interest rates literally double in a year. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, people are freaking out, and that is a bit of a sticker shock, right? But they do change. Rates will change, and you can refinance. Any of us who have owned homes, everyone that I know has refinanced at least once, maybe twice. So we've done cash out refis.
What I'm hearing is marry the house, date the rate.
Exactly. That's kind of the tagline everybody's using these days. Yeah. And even with increased mortgage interest rates, you're still going to make more money in the long term if you buy versus rent. Because every dollar you put towards the ownership of a home is going towards some equity buildup in your home, right? Every dollar that you pay towards rent, you might as well just set it on fire and flush it down the toilet, because you're making someone else rich. You're paying for someone else to build equity in their home. And just as a gentle reminder, you do not need to have saved 20% for a down payment on a purchase. Okay. A lot of people are still confused about that. This gives a really nice little overview. How much rent will you spend in the next 5, 10, or 15 years? Okay. This is great. If this is your rent, right? Look, if this is your rent, which this is around the average price, the 2,500 to 3,000 is kind of where the Austin area is, but I wanted to show for everyone, this is how much money you're going to pay in rent over this time period. Wouldn't you rather have that money go into building equity for your investment and building your personal wealth instead of that for your landlord?
Exactly. Exactly.
Right. And I actually have a lender who has a full spreadsheet that will actually take into account the current rent you're paying over time and give you an actual cost savings of, even with interest rates the way they are right now, cost savings of home ownership over renting. And they can do 2-1 buy downs or 3-2-1 buy downs on your rate, which gives you a little more cushion over the next 1, 2, or 3 years. So I know some people are like, what the heck are those? Happy to talk to you about them.
Okay, this is great.
Yeah.
So Heather, how would somebody reach you?
Oh, these are things that I have in case people want them as well. I have guides right now for folks. Of course, got to show off the pups. Best way is to, call me or, send me a DM, but my number is 512-994-4663.
Okay, come back next time.
Of course.
Okay, everybody, tune in next month to hear more from Heather and other real estate experts around the United States and Canada. Take care.
Thanks.